Hi guys, welcome back to Simple Fresh Spirit. I'm Kaylee and that made a very weird noise. And today I'm going to be doing a video about 10 things that I am going to be challenging myself not to buy in 2022. Now, looking back on 2021, there are so many things that I bought that I just really did not need to buy. So many things that I ended up just throwing away like a month or a couple of months later, and so many things that I could have saved so much money by not buying them. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 things that I am going to try my best to refrain from buying in 2022. So number one is art supplies. Now, I'm quite a crafty person. I love painting, drawing. I love doing paint by numbers. I love doing my resin crafts. And I have a habit of going into the works or going into a craft store and buying new things every time I go in there. And I've ended up accumulating a mass of art supplies. I just don't need that many. I need to start using up the things that I already have before I go out and purchase more. So my aim for 2022 will be to use up the art supplies that I already own before purchasing new supplies. Number two is mugs. Now, if you watched my declutter with me, my kitchen declutter with me, you will see that I have way too many mugs. Even after decluttering them, I still have too many, and that is purely because I am just obsessed with mugs. If I see a pretty mug, I see a nice mug, I will buy it. And it is such a bad habit that I really need to stop doing. So in 2022, my goal is to refrain from buying new mugs. Now, if I do end up finding a really nice mug and I end up purchasing it, I will be trying to stick to the one in, one out rule. So the second that new mug comes into my cupboard, one of my other mugs will have to be donated to a friend or a family member or taken to a charity shop. Number three is excess freezer food. Now, I am such a sucker for this. I always end up with way too much freezer food, and then I can't fit it all in my freezer. I end up bringing it home and I'm trying to cram it all in the drawers because I'm like, oh, well, this is on sale. But I would have saved more money if I didn't buy it all together. So my aim is to only buy what I need and what I know that I can use. And to be honest, freezers are amazing and they are great for increasing the life of our food products. It can make them last longer, and we can put them in there and know that they'll be good for longer than what they say on the packaging, and that is great. But there does come a point where even food in the freezer goes out of date, and I know that when I put food in the freezer, I forget it's there because my freezer is so crammed full of food. I can't remember what I've put in it at the back, and then it ends up going out of date and I end up having to throw it away anyway. So I will refrain from buying more freezer food than what I can eat. Number four is specialized kitchen gadgets. Now, I've spoken about this before, but I personally don't really see the point in having kitchen gadgets that only serve one purpose. So an item to core an apple, or I can't even think of anything off the top of my head, an avocado slicer, things like that can just be done with a knife. I am going to try my best to refrain from purchasing single-use items for the kitchen. Number 5 is cheaply made shoes. Now, whenever I go into a shop like Shoe Zone or Primark, I think, oh my gosh, those shoes are so nice, and they're only £10, and then they end up breaking a couple of months later, and I end up having to go and buy another pair of cheap shoes. And after the amount of cheap shoes that I've bought, I may as well have invested in a good quality pair of shoes that would have lasted me the length of all of those cheap shoes and probably more. So I am going to try and invest in a good quality pair of shoes and not buy any cheap ones. Number 6 is subscription services. Now, I am already subscribed to quite a few subscription services, which when you add them all up, it adds your monthly outgoings up by quite a bit. If you think you spend, I don't even know how much they are now, but Netflix subscription, Amazon Prime, Disney, I can't even think of any more, but all of those types of things, they add up. Gym memberships, you end up spending so much money, and if you sit down and write down all of the things that you're subscribed to, all of the things that you pay for their service, and work out which ones you've actually used in the past month, because you might find that you've got many subscription services that you just don't use and can't justify spending the money for, when you're just paying the money for them. You're just thinking, oh well, I'll use it one day, and I use it here and I use it there. But if you're not using it regularly, then it's not worth the money that you're spending monthly or quarterly or yearly or whatever it is that you're spending it for. So sit down, work out what subscription services you are paying for, and try not to subscribe to any new ones. But if you do find a new subscription service and you think, oh yes, this will actually add quality to my life, this is something I'm going to use regularly, and this is something that's going to help me live a more fulfilled life, then try to stick to the 1 in 1 out policy. It's what I'm going to be doing. So if I do find a new subscription service, I am going to be taking one that I'm already subscribed to and unsubscribing to that one so that I can subscribe to the new one. Number 7 is to minimize food waste. So yeah, this one links onto the freezer food one, and that is that if you are going out and you're buying more food than you can possibly eat, so fresh food like fruit and vegetables and dairy products, if they go out before you've had a chance to eat them or consume them, then you are adding to the food waste that is going into just landfill. It could be helped so much just by buying what you need. Don't buy more than what you need. Don't try and stock up your fridge and go, oh yeah, but that'll look really nice if it's all stocked up. While I am a sucker for a good stocked up fridge, it's better to be stocked up with things that you know you're going to eat, that you know you're going to use, than to have things that are going to go off, make the other things in your fridge smell funny or go bad, and then you end up having to throw it away in the end anyway. So try not to add to the food waste. Number 8 is clothes that just don't fit perfectly. Now, if you've bought an item of clothing and you've got it home and you've thought, oh, but that's really nice, it just doesn't quite fit me properly. Maybe it's around the waist or around the neck, the arms, anywhere. If it doesn't fit you perfectly, then you might as well get your money back. Either take the item back or try it on before you even buy it, and that saves you the hassle of having to then return it. Because if you're ending up with items that are just living in your wardrobe and you're not using them and they don't fit perfectly, so you don't end up reaching for them, and they're just there because you thought they were really, really nice and you don't have the heart to get rid of it, my advice to you is to just get rid of it. get it gone and don't buy any more clothes that don't fit you perfectly, because it's not going to complement your figure or make your life any easier, and honestly you're not going to be very comfortable if the clothes that you're wearing don't fit you perfectly. So I am going to be trying to not buy any clothes that don't fit me 100% perfectly. Number 9 is pantry staple multiples. So I have quite often in the past year found that I've got multiple things in my cupboards, my food cupboards, or even in the fridge or anywhere that I've got multiple of. I've got multiple open and I'm halfway through one jar and the other one's like slightly used, and it just, I end up with food going bad, and because I forget that I have one thing, because I have so many multiples of so many things just get lost. So my advice, my challenge for myself will be to just have one of all of my food cupboard items, and hopefully I will be able to reduce my food waste, and hopefully in the long run it will save me money, because I will then not go and have to buy a whole new item because 2 of them have gone bad. And finally, number 10 is cookware and bakeware. Now, over the past year, since I moved into this flat, I have bought all of the things I could possibly need for baking and cooking and meal prepping. So I really don't need to go out and get anything else. And I am a sucker for bakeware. I love baking. I love making cakes and cookies and pancakes and anything sweet. I have such a sweet tooth. But I have all of the things that I could possibly need to make all of the things that I love making. And just because something looks nice in the shop doesn't mean I need to buy it. So another challenge is I will be trying to refrain from buying cookware and bakeware in 2022. Okay, and that is all of the things that I will try not to buy this year. I am going to be doing an update on this either towards the end of this year or start of next year, so I know it's a long way away, but keep your eyes peeled for that when it gets closer to it, and we will see how I've done. And if you have decided that you're going to try not to buy certain things this year, then please do let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Maybe I could join you on some of the things that you're trying not to buy. It could be like a little challenge. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me, and don't forget to subscribe down below. And if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. I'm aiming to upload daily, but if I do end up missing a day, it will be posted on my Instagram. So please do go and follow me on my socials, and yeah, I think that's it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.